And I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Rebecca Rainier.
Welcome to Full Plate. Just like the song says, I am so glad you're here. I'm Rebecca Rainier. We've got 3 segments we're going to be cooking today. The very first one is something that I'm making because it's easy, it's in the crock pot, and it's actually kind of light. It started out, I found this original recipe on skinnytaste.com, which I would recommend that you visit if you're looking for great ideas, but I've changed it up a little bit. This is supposed to be a pumpkin sort of chili, but I'm sick of pumpkin because, you know, about this time of year, everything's got pumpkin in it. I also love sweet potatoes, so I have adapted this a little bit with some of the ingredients that I want to have. So let's get this rolling. Here it is. It's a long name. It's sweet potato turkey slow cooker chili. Got it? All right, so before you guys got here, I took about 2 pounds of light turkey, like 99% fat-free turkey, and I browned it. Of course, I say browned it. It's not very brown because it's really light turkey, but it looks really pretty. I love the light look of that turkey. Then we're going to take a little bit of olive oil in this pan, and I'm going to, just for a few minutes, put some chopped onion and some diced garlic. This is really the hardest part of the whole thing, okay? So while that goes, I'm just gonna let that sit there. You don't wanna get it super soft because it is gonna go into the bowl or into the crock pot for 4 hours on high or 8 hours on low. So just cook these a little bit just to get them a little bit softer, but not too much. While that's going, I'm gonna tell you the other thing I did. Let's get all that garlic in there because at home, everybody likes garlic. Got to get every last bit in. Okay, so the other thing I did before you guys got here it is I took 2 sweet potatoes, I peeled them, and then I cooked them. You can cook them in the microwave, or you can cook them in, you know, just a pan of water, and then I put them in the food processor, and here they are. So they're nice and pureed. I'm going to start with those so that you see the sweet potato is going to go right in my crock pot. And I'll move the crock pot so you can see that in a minute, but I just didn't want to forget my sweet potato. It's like the key ingredient of the whole thing, which would be just like me to forget it. So we put it in there first. And while I'm going, I'm just going to stir my little bit of onion and garlic and olive oil, just a little bit. I'm going to keep that going, but as I said, since I did this earlier, I did my 2 pounds of turkey earlier, it's ready. So I'm going to put that in my crock pot. And this is going to be a real light colored chili. What I like about it too is that it can go 8 hours. You can put it in the crock pot in the morning, go to work, and forget about it. Come home, maybe get a nice loaf of bread, and you're good to go. These are doing pretty good, just a little bit longer. All right, I'm going to show you what else goes in here. We have got, I'm going to move this so you can see it a little bit better. I have a low sodium chicken broth, okay? Because I'm going to season it myself. So I picked a low sodium chicken broth. Can you see that? Yeah, that's better. Okay, now you can see it. So I'm going to move this stuff, my little cheat sheet. We're going to put 2 cups of the chicken broth in. We're going to put our beans in, and again, I chose white again. We've got one of those little 4.5-ounce cans of chilies that goes in here. Just keep going. What else do I have? Already used those. Those are my, move that out of the way. There's my garlic. All right, we want a little bit of chili powder and a little bit of cumin. That's all I'm doing. And this is pretty well done too. I'm going to take this off the stove, turn it off, and add that. This is like the easiest thing you're ever going to make. It smells great. Every time we, of course, chop an onion and put it on the stove, we get people come from all over the place to have some. All right, so let's stir that up. And that's really all there is to it. I'm going to kind of mix this up pretty good here. Take a look at that. The other thing you're going to want to do is I like to put a little bit of pepper. Now this is really up to you. I like this to be spicy because, again, there's not really much fat in it. We've got this really light turkey. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. And as you go, you know, when you come home and you take a little sample of it, you're going to decide if you want a little more salt, a little more pepper, or whatever. All right, we're going to put a little bit of oregano in it. And these are just pinches. to whatever you want to taste. But that's it. That's our whole entire deal. Making sure that our sweet potato is in there pretty good. But this sweet potato is going to get softer. Everything else is going to get softer. And then that's it. That's pretty good. I also put in 2 bay leaves because they smell beautiful. You're not going to eat these. You're just going to have them in the top. And that's it. So, like I said, this is going to take you 4 hours on high, 4 hours on a high, 8 hours on low. And then when it's time to serve, you have 2 options. I'm going to serve mine with some chips. I love these little scoopy chips. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put a little light sour cream on top and a few chives. That's it. That's my whole entire recipe. I'll have the entire recipe for you on fullplate.tv so you can take a look at the amounts of the different ingredients. But again, you really should let your creative juices run wild, because if you maybe like an ingredient I put in there, put a little bit more. If you don't like something I put in there, get rid of it. Easy as can be. When we come back, we're going to stick with this easy dinner theme. What do you hear about this next idea?